Hello, what's good, guys? Welcome to another wonderful episode of Chat Insight. We've had our fourth insight of the month in the beginning of this month, and now this month has been splitted into two. Today is 17th of December, and we've had the market that have played for the first 2 weeks of the month, and then we have the rest 2 weeks of the month. So let's see what our expectations on some major pair will likely be and how I'm looking to position myself for trade opportunity. So to start with, we have, okay, let's always start from the top here. I have GBP USD. So GBP USD, let me take this off. And you know, we usually start from the higher time frame. This is the 3-month chart of GBP USD. So looking at this chart, our last episode, I was looking at a bearish sentiment. But now, with our price has played for the couple of weeks we've had in this month, I'm now looking bullish on GBP USD because of what I'm seeing in the market. And one thing for us as a trader is that you don't want to be rigid. You always want to be flexible with your decision. Once you are seeing that the market is not giving the clear direction in a particular bias you intended to trade, so you have to change your bias. That is what flexibility means. So with this, I can still see that price is still trading above this minor resistance, and now it's looking to me that price may want to push to this major resistance that we have at 1.42366. So I'm expecting that point to be a major level we may likely want to test. So we can see our price has rejected. Even with this 3-month candlestick, you can see we have a massive surge to the downside, and then we have a very strong pump to the upside again, leaving this candlestick to be looking like the dragonfly doji, which is indicating that there are some buyers sitting at this point. This candlestick will be closing the next 14 days, which of course it makes 2025 to come to a close. So if we narrow down to the monthly chart, you will see our price has previously reacted on this minor resistance bar. Now we break above and price retest. We push up again, we retest again, and now we are currently pushing up. If candle close like this, that is a morning star candle confirmation that signals a buy continuation, because where price is currently sitting is also a zone on the monthly chart, and you know what that means. So this is the reason why I'm expecting a bullish continuation movement on GBP USD. So if we should now go to the weekly chart, now the weekly chart is where I'm now spotting chart patterns of a bearish flag, a bullish flag. So price has give us this massive impulse movement to the upside, and then this is considered as a flag. So I'm expecting another massive push to the upside. So I'm expecting another massive impulsive movement to the upside. So as it is now that I'm now looking to go long, how do I intend to position myself for a trade opportunity? So what I'll then do is that I'm going to mark this my weekly minor level. Then I can change this color to probably something like this, because I know that when price gets here, we're definitely going to have a reaction. So that is the reason why I'm mapping that point to note it with a level. So I can then go to day chart. Now on day chart, what I want to pay attention to here is the market structure. And if you look closely, where you will see that price has currently been moving in an upward movement. So I can just have this minor resistance. If price is able to break and retest this minor resistance, and then I'll be looking to join for a buy continuation movement somewhere here, and my stop is going to be below, which I'm going to be taking my entry on the 4-hour chart or the 1-hour chart. So let me just mark this with a level so that we'll understand how I'm planning to enter this trade. So I will just put this like this. So let me take off this line. So I have this resistance. Let's narrow things down to the 4-hour chart to see how price are actually reacting currently. So you can see we are rejecting from this resistance level. So if price is able to break above, I just want a simple break and retest strategy, and I'll be looking to take a buy continuation to the upside. My stop below. My first level target is going to be that weekly resistance I had marked, which is this point, giving me a possible 1:4. And overall target is this blue bar at the top. Now, if price is going to get to this point, it's not definitely going to happen this month, but this is how I'll be positioning myself for trade criteria. So overall, I'm looking bullish for now on GBP USD, a possible almost 700 pips to the upside. But before I take action, I want a break and retest of this minor resistance that we have here. So that is what I have on GBP USD. Let's dive right to Euro USD. So let's also look from the higher time frame, which is the 3-month chart. Now, if we look at the 3-month chart, GBP USD and Euro USD do have similar chart movement. This is also having a rejection from this minor resistance level, which is now acting as a support. We can see how price has come there 2 times on the 3-month chart. That tells us that for 6 months now, price was unable to break lower, which is telling us that we have a strong levels of buyer at this region, and we may see price rising to the upside. So for now, I'm also looking Euro USD to the upside. So let's go to the 1-month chart to see how candlesticks are reacting. You can see that right here too, price is currently forming the morning star. The current candlestick is yet to close, but at least we can see some buyers momentum stepping in already. So if we now want to trade, we already now know the direction in which we want to trade. When or where or how do we need to jump on this trade? This is our point that we are looking to target, and that is a possible 700 pips from where we are currently to where we are expecting price to push to. So let's narrow down to weekly charts. So on weekly charts, we have a minor resistance level, which let me mark with this my bar. This is a minor resistance level. We should not be buying now. Price is already close to a resistance level. We are going to be exercising a whole lot of patience on Euro USD, because if we want to take a buy trade, then we need to see this level to be cleared. So once this level is cleared, it makes this one to be exposed, but price will not move in a straight line. We all know that by now. So price is going to retest, and then we are going to do a continuation. Just a simple technique of break and retest. We want to see price to break and retest before we enter a buy trade. This year now, even when we lower down to the 4-hour chart, it is still the same thing that we want to wait and see a break and then a retest. I will look to jump on Euro USD. For now, GBP USD is most likely going to give us an entry quicker than Euro USD. So for now, I will still be picking GBP USD over Euro USD. So next we have AUD USD. AUD USD on the 3-month chart too. Let's look at what we have. On the 3-month chart, we can see that AUD USD is also in a massive downtrend, but we've had rejection from this major support level, and we have some inner levels which we can see well on the monthly chart. This minor level price push, Now looks like we want to make a continuation movement to the downside, but we couldn't break below this level, and we see price struggling here. And currently now we can see how buyers are already stepping in, looking like we are going to take out this minor resistance. If price is able to break above this minor resistance, then we may look that AUD/USD is going up. So if we go down to 1 week chart, you can see now patience is what we need currently. We just need all of this trade to push to the upside. What we were looking previously, if we check our chart inside last episode, was that we spot a head and shoulder pattern here, and I was saying that if only we break and retest, I'll be looking to short. So for this case, I did not take any entry on AUD/USD because my entry criteria were not met based on chart pattern trading. So here now, we do not expect price to come back to this point. This has made this pattern to be invalidated. So if I will be taking a buy trade, I want to see a simple break and retest and then continuation of this movement for me to jump on a buy trade. So let's just go quickly to the 4 hours chart. So on the 4 hours chart, I will not consider this to be a break and retest. I will not consider this to be a break and retest. Most times this usually turns to be a fake out. So I want to see a very good bounce off from this level, and then let's have a retracement back, and then I will want to look to jump on the trade opportunity. So next we have NZD/USD. So also let's start from the 3-month chart. The 3-month chart, we will have similar things as we are having on AUD/USD. So we can see the major levels price has rejected from these levels. So if we go to the 1-month chart, the 1-month chart is also looking bullish, but this one is not really looking very good because we are already getting to this resistance level already. So we don't want to jump in on a buy trade yet. But let's look at the weekly chart. You can see this is not actually a good move for us. This is like a minor level we can mark here. So this is a minor level. Let's get things down to the day charts. Okay, so this is how we can now. So let's see if we can try to just adjust. Yeah, this is okay. So from here now, we've already have our break from this level. So we can see that price has rejected or reacted from this point previously. Now here we've been able to break above, we retest. And when we retest, you can see that we have a volume reduction, doji candlestick, telling us that there is a struggle between both buyers and sellers. So now, because this is already at a point of trading decision, which is our point of interest, we are looking to go long to this point on NZD/USD. So how I'm going to be jumping on this trade is very simple. I just narrow down to my 4 hours chart. I look for how I can mark my counter trend line, and I can have that beautifully drawn like this. This is better. So maybe for some refinement, let's check the 1 hour chart. This looks good here. So on the 1 hour chart, I can have my counter trend line. Now I am not entering a trade until this counter trend line is broken above. This is guiding me, protecting me from taking premature trade or jumping on trade too early. So I will be only taking trade if price breaks above. So when we break above this counter trend line, I'll be looking to take a buy trade, and I will looking to target this resistance. I'm looking to target this resistance. So this is about a 90 pips to the upside. We are going to be risking just 25 pips. which is a ratio 3.5, which is still very decent. So this is how I'll be looking to position myself for NZD USD. So let's look at the next pair, USD card, 3 month charts. Zoom our charts and let's see the bigger picture. Let me delete this so we can have a proper explanation of that. Here are my key level on the 3 month chart marked. Then we narrow down to the 1 month charts to look at things well, so we can see these levels. Our price has been rejecting from here. We can see we try to break here. Now, previously on chart insights, we are expecting that we are going to see a bullish continuation movement, but now that price has closed inside, this is now looking like a fake out of this zone. And whenever we have cases like this, price tends to move very well to the downside. So for this case, I'll be looking for bearish opportunity on USD card. So let's go down to the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we have this massive surge. Of course, we want to see retracement before we go down on USD card. Now, what we may want to look at is that, is there any other minor levels that we can mark here? For now, no. What I can only see is this minor support, but it's going to be obvious on the day chart. So let's go to the day chart. Yes. So on the day charts, we have this. So I can just look to just adjust a bit like this. So from here, we might probably have price to push up. So if you are a scalper, you may want to scalp to this upside, but I would not advise you to do so. If you must do, ensure to lower your risk, because price can be funny. We can have price dropping below and then continue going further. But in this case, for me, I'll be expecting a bounce off from here to push to this minor level, and then I'll be looking to take a short opportunity downward. So this is how I will be looking to position myself for trade like this. This is how I'll be looking to position myself for trade. A simple break and retest trading strategy, and I'll be looking to go short on NZD USD. Simple as that, no complicating theories, just simple models that actually works. The next one here is USD CHF. Now, USD CHF has been on your radar for a very long time. The pair has been really ranging. So when the market is ranging, what do you want to do? You just want to leave it. We can see this massive surge to the downside, then price started to reduce in volume. But still, we are still seeing that the sellers are still dominating because of these longer wicks we are having at the top. If we put these things down to the monthly chart, now we can see that we did have a range. So when we are having this range, the best thing to do is to just sit out and do nothing. The weekly chart, we are already in a range. So until price is ready to trend, that is when we want to come and trade. So nothing on USD CHF, we ignore this and then move to the next pair. Lastly, on my major pair, I have USD JPY. USD JPY. So let's start things from the higher perspective. Previously, I'm looking at a bullish sentiment here, but something now has changed. If we look at this monthly chart, you will notice, this is what I want us to pay attention to now. We can see that price has been rejecting from here, and whenever we push from this, we are going to the next resistance. This one was a bit shy away. Now this we push, and now it is so a little bit shy away from this point, telling us that price is creating lower highs on the monthly chart, and we may even have another surge to the downside. So this is our major level target, but before we get there, we are still going to be meeting with some minor obstacles on the way. So now, how do we want to take trade? We have our minor levels guiding us. Let's go down to the weekly chart. So on our minor level, we can see that price has rejected from this high. We retested this level. This level can still push price upward. So that is why I'm going to be very careful on USD JPY for now. Before I take any sell on USD JPY, I want this level to be broken to the downside, retest, and I will look to join for a sell opportunity. Let's look at the day chart to look at how things are moving here. So now, if we pay attention that we have higher highs here and we also have higher lows right here. So this is the price action movement that we have on the day chart. After this higher low, price fails, it couldn't create a new higher high. I was on a buy trade here, so price hits my trailing stop. I didn't even break even. I only trade my stop because I only break even. Sorry about that, guys. I only break even whenever price gets my first level target. I close part of my position and then I move the rest of my trade to break even. But this did not meet that criteria, so I only trade my stop and price come to hit my trailing stop loss. So I only lose a small portion of my accounts. So here now we are back at this level. It's likely we have a double bottom, but if we do not have that and we have a break below, I'll be looking to take a retest and then we'll be looking to short this market to the downside. Another thing that I can see here is that price has failed. This is now looking like a possible lower high. I'm expecting a continuation push to the downside to give me a lower low. So this is going to look like something like this, and then retracements, and here you can see most of these trades are giving us a simple concept of break and retest. So we just have to wait until we see that break and retest before we take any action at all. So that is what I have on USD JPY. Now let's move to gold. Gold, I'm expecting a bullish continuation movement on gold. If we go to, we have to start from the weekly chart here because we have a massive strong push. Now, one thing I noticed about gold is that it has been creating a particular chart pattern. These patterns are relating to the triangle pattern. First, we have the symmetric, we have a surge to the upside, an ascending, a surge to the upside, and now we are having another symmetric triangle, which we already have the break. Price went flat, and now we are looking like a continuation movement. This is my next level target overall on gold. So maybe sometimes in 2026, price may reach here. So you are hearing it here first on Probability Trades live channel. Our next level target on gold is 5,200. When it gets there, we are the first to make that prediction. So that is what our view is on gold. How do we plan to jump on trade opportunity on gold? Let's go down to the day chart. So on day chart here now, we'll see that price movement is not really very straightforward. We've been having a lot of push up and push down. Not until when the market is clear, that is when we want to trade. So two things involved. If we are able to clear these highs like this, retest, and then we will look to join the buy trade, or price push down back here and we also still look to take a buy trade. For now, what I'm still looking at on gold is still a bullish sentiment. So I'll be looking for how I can jump in for a buy opportunity. Okay, another thing here is that, let me just quickly refine this. Let me take this out and then mark this high. This is now like a minor resistance level. Okay, that is a minor resistance level. If price can push lower, here, I'll be looking for a buy movement. Or if price starts pushing upward from where we are currently, that means I will have to still do a lot of waiting, where we are going to push up, retrace, and then I'm going to take that continuation movement. If you want to look for entry around this region, which I would not be looking for, then you can see if you have any reason to take your trade. But for me, I would love price to come back to this region before I take my buy trade. Or if we keep pushing to the upside, I want to see price breaks and retest, and I'll be looking for the bullish movements. On silver, let's go to the monthly chart. Silver has just hit an all-time high. I projected this a long time ago that silver is going to 62, and yes, we are here. Now, with this massive surge to the upside, is it now time for price to start declining? With that, let's just narrow down to lower time frame to see how price are reacting. So let's take this off. Now price is above here. We should not be buying now because price is at the extreme top. We don't want to start buying now. Gold is giving us a good structure, but on silver we are not having that. If we want to buy them, we want to see a lot of push to the upside and retracement before we want to take opportunity on silver. So for me on silver, I'll be doing nothing. I'll just be monitoring it very closely, but I would just not be doing anything for now. On crypto markets, this is, let me take this off. Let me take this off. Let me also take this off. So in the crypto market on Bitcoin, so we can see that we are still in a strong bullish movement. This market structure is still bullish. However, we can see that price has been declining for weeks now. So this is my minor level. Price may be looking to approach this minor level. Price may be looking to approach here. And this is another minor level here. This is another minor level here on BTC. So if we zoom in, let's go to the day chart. So on day chart, we have a simple break and retest right here, and it's looking like we want to push all the way down to this point. So this is the only obstacle we are having currently. If price is able to clear below this black line, then we can expect BTC to still drop more to 78,000. So what I'm still seeing here is that I still expect BTC to still drop before we can have any massive push to the upside around this 78,000. But if we have a strong push up closing above this resistance and we have a retest, I'll be looking to take a buy opportunity. So let's move to the index markets. The index markets are really not moving well now. They are also at their extreme, which we want to be very careful when taking trades. So I'm currently not doing anything here. Let's look at S&P 500. Currently not doing anything here too. Price is at the extreme top, and it is very, very difficult to start looking for a buy trade. Japan 225. Japan 225 also is looking bullish, but we may have some bearish movements. We have this before. I'm expecting a push to the upside. So price is now breaking below this. Let me just take this off. Let me take that off. So we may have price. We have this first rejection from here. So it's most likely price come again and we have that rejection from there, giving us a double bottom for a bullish continuation movement. I'm still very bullish on Japan 225. So price is looking like we want to come down to come and test this technical level before we have another push to the upside. So if we switch down to the weekly chart, so on the weekly chart, this is going to be a minor resistance. that we are having. This is a minor resistance that we are having. So if we come and bounce at this region, we may take a buy trade and target this weekly resistance level. And lastly, on US30, what am I looking at? I'm not looking at anything. I'm actually looking to buy, but the market currently now is saying it's not yet time. So we can have a trend line like this. You can see. So we want to exercise a lot of patience in this month. If price is not giving us entry, don't force trade because you are looking for Christmas money or New Year money. The money you are looking for might not be in the Forex market, so you may want to get that elsewhere. If the market is not ready to give you the money, then don't force any trading setups. Sit on your hands and let the market come to you. Don't force and don't chase any trading setups. These are what I have for you on this episode, and I'm going to see you in the next episode, which is going to be the new year. From Probity Trades, I say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.